Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I'm up today with a video using a cut file that I backed on a live video in Confessions of a Paper Addict. It is the circle frame cut file, and I am using Cocoa Vanilla Studio, is it Happiness Collection? I think it is. And I saw this background paper, it's pretty full on, but I just thought I liked it, and I'm going to add even more mixed media to it. So I'm coming in with some white. This is either white paint or it's the iridescent glaze from Vicky Bouton. I know I'm grabbing more mixed media now. And I've sped this up quite a lot because it actually took me a while to make this layout. And I had to do it in a few different sittings. So I'm just using a sponge dauber, one of the ones that sort of goes on your finger. And I'm just creating similar to the effect that was already in the background paper. I'm just adding extra colour. So I've got some pink paint there. I think it was the iridescent glaze. I'm sorry, this layout, I've already put it away, so I don't have it in front of me to make reference to. So this is the iridescent glaze then that I'm using now. So I must have used white paint before. And as I said, I'm just adding extra mixed media and really kind of going to town. So it's already obviously quite a full-on background paper, but I just decided to make it even more full-on. So here I am. You can see that my sponge dauber is kind of mixing with the pink paint that's already there. So I'm just embracing it and creating a kind of light pink iridescent glaze and just adding even more, just using it all up really that I got out. I don't want to waste any. So you can see there, I've just lots of sponge. Whew, that shouldn't be a difficult word to say. Lots of sponge, marks on the page. So it's kind of going for the fingerprint type look, which again is similar to what's already in the background paper, but I've covered it up so you can hardly tell. I do pull my heat gun out for this because I do want to create this layout kind of in one sitting. I always say that it is better to let your mixed media dry naturally if you can and you have the time, because the paper won't warp as much, but your paper will warp if you let it go too much. Now, just watch this, take this all in. So this cut file that I cut out was a little bit flimsy because it's so thin. Virginia makes quite fine cut files and they're beautiful, but they can be a little tricky to get onto your layout, particularly something like this in a circle shape that I wanted to stay like a circle. So to get around that, what I did was I put my the cut file, face down onto my cutting mat there. I peeled off the double-sided tape that I had on the back, and then I actually put the background paper down on top of the cut file, and that was so that I didn't have to move the cut file once it had the adhesive removed from the back, because I knew that I wouldn't be able to get it nice and circular. So hot tip, if you have a similar type cut file and you're struggling to get it onto a layout without it kind of moving out of shape, do it the other way around. Put the layout onto the cut file, because it worked a treat. I have these super cute photos of me and Link. They're just selfies, but we were just having some fun. He was smiling. He loves getting his photo taken. Well, actually, he loves seeing himself in the camera. So it's not so much getting his photo taken. He doesn't really know what that means, but he just loves seeing himself in the camera. So it's very cute. So I have backed those photos on some pattern paper. And now I'm just going through and seeing what kind of embellishing I might like to do. I fussy cut out some butterflies. I know I add quite a lot of butterflies to this layout. I don't do a hell of a lot of embellishing because it's so full on already. Obviously the colour is full on. And I add kind of some minimal embellishing to not sort of make it too crazy. And obviously I add a title and whatnot. So I fussy cut out those butterflies. Didn't make you watch me do that. I'm going to pop my photos up on foam so that they sit over top of my cut file. And there were a couple of places where I'd made a few mistakes with the cut file. It had sort of broken a little bit, so I just cover those with my photo. Now, as I said, I backed this cut file in a live video on the Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook page. So definitely come and join us. We do some sneaky lives sometimes, not all the time. They're not super regular, but I try to jump on once a month if I can, or once every couple of months to do just a live video and chat with you all. And it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. So definitely come and join it. I'll leave the link down below as well as to the cut file. I used a title or some words from the word ephemera pieces, I suppose they're called, word title pieces that Cocoa Vanilla often include in their most recent collections. And I just wrote beautiful days or created beautiful days. And I don't know if you noticed, because I was talking over the top, I actually use a pen and I cross out the words that I've used on the sheet that goes into, oh, what is it called? Like the bit of cardboard that goes into the pack that kind of has a outline of all of the pieces that the ephemera pack includes. I just cross off the ones that I've used in the words, just so that I know at a glance what I've still got left, and I can know what I can make with those cut files. So that works well for me, and might work for you if you have similar, if you have these collections that have the words. They only came out with the more recent Cocoa Vanilla Studio releases, but I really like them. So I decided to use one of the ribbons, I guess you'd call it, in the ephemera piece, and I grabbed one from the sticker sheet and one of the ephemera pieces and layered them on top of each other to create a bit of a dimensional look. I have a little bit of trouble using those kind of ephemera pieces, so I thought I'm going to use it here because it's cute, and I don't think it kind of takes away too much from the layout. So I've added that, and then I add my butterflies, obviously, all over the page. But I don't think I add a hell of a lot more. Let me think. Yeah, I'm adding a couple of little bits to the photo there. I've got a word or phrase strip, and then I just added a little tag and a couple of butterflies again around that. So I do take off the butterflies that were kind of all over the layout, and I just keep them in clusters because I thought that looked a bit better for this particular layout rather than spreading them everywhere. So I have 3 butterflies in the 2 clusters around my photos, and then I'm pretty sure I create another little cluster around my title, of butterflies. So I'm just adding those, and I'm pretty sure after that I have almost finished. Yeah, I'm getting out my Nuvo drops. I'm obsessed. So I think for this one I used the antique rose colour, and also probably I've got a light blue. I can't see particularly well. Oh no, these might be 2 new colours. I obviously, this one was a bit blocked when I first arrived, so I had to use my little piercing tool to try and unblock the end, which I did, but I was really conscious I didn't want to squeeze it too hard onto my layout and have an explosion of Nuvo drops. So I just made sure that worked before I added the drops directly to my layout. And yes, I use my light blue. So I use the antique rose, and then I've got a light blue as well that I really like. And the colours matched really well. So that's what I'm doing now. And I am kind of putting them everywhere. I do cluster them in 3s, but I do more than 3 clusters. Does that make sense? Just because, I don't know. Just because. Let's just leave it at that. Just because. And I'm covering my photos. I'm going to add some Heidi Swap Colour Shine in Navy, and then I'm all finished. So stay tuned for the close-up. Make sure you check all the links that I'll put in the description box down below. Come and hang out with us in the Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook page, because it is a lot of fun. And I hope you like this fun, bright, colourful layout, because I really love how it turned out. And that mixed media in the background, very effective. Just kind of adding that to the existing sort of mixed media-ish type background paper. A really good, quick, easy, but really effective technique. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.